it's World Mental Health Day. And this year, for the 2023 theme, is mental health for all. Mental health is a universal right, a fundamental human right. Everyone should have equal access to mental health services and support. But unfortunately, sadly, that's simply not the case. Even though we've progressed and advanced so much as a society, we still have a lot of work to do around mental ill health and sadly even suicidality. There's still such a huge amount of guilt, shame and stigma associated with the subject. We're not comfortable talking about it, let alone taking action, and the services and support that should exist for people that are struggling is lacking. And this is where I wanted to take just a few minutes for us to stop and consider how can we as individuals start contributing to creating a better community, a better society, a better world for all of us. Particularly at a time where we are surrounded by stories and narrative of doom, death, devastation and destruction. If you're already struggling, you'll find that the information you'll receive from social media and mainstream media, from the news and the papers, may further impact your mental and emotional state. And many people sadly are losing hope. And this is where I'm putting out a rallying call to everybody listening to this message. And I really appreciate you taking the 10 minutes to listen to me today. I do apologize, this was supposed to be a live. We've had some technical issues, so hopefully you'll be able to access this recording. And I'm going to ask you to stop to consider, what are you going to do? How are you going to stand for positive change? Which is why this year we're encouraging you under the banner, under the hashtag I Stand for Mental Health, start putting out a competing narrative. Stories of hope, of positivity, sharing your stories. So anyone out there that is struggling may be able to use your stories as a point of inspiration. And I'd like to use this as an opportunity to share my story. Because of the work that I do, because I'm head of the Stress Management Society and I'm the CEO of International Wellbeing Insights, people think that, maybe I've got a background in psychology, or I'm an expert or professional based on my professional experience or academic background on the subjects of mental health, but that's simply not the case. The reason I stand for mental health is I started this organisation off the back of a first-hand experience. It was actually 20 years ago. In 2 weeks' time, it'll be 20 years since I had a breakdown and I attempted to take my own life. So I know what it feels like to have completely lost hope, to feel that there is nothing that I could do to change my experience, to improve my mental health. Thankfully, I got the support that I needed. I had an opportunity to refocus myself and to really go on a journey of introspection that allowed me to be able to move beyond that experience and go on to do the work that I do today. And at the last count, I think we've reached more than 100 million people with the various different campaigns and programs and awareness drives we've been involved with. But that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't found a way to navigate that experience. Which is why I'm hoping not just my story, but everyone who's listening today, if you can put out your own personal stories, your experiences, and offer a glimmer of light to someone that may be in a dark tunnel, something for them to aim towards, a story that might not only inspire, but empower them, show them by taking the right action, they can start moving forward towards that light. Because as we find ourselves in a world where many people are struggling in the darkness, all we need to realize is one flicker of light diminishes the darkness. And this is where I'm encouraging, compelling you to be the flicker of light that could lighten up someone's darkness. So if you'd like to dive deeper into this discussion, tomorrow at midday GMT, we have a webinar dedicated to this subject. We'll probably be doing some more 10 at 10 once we figure out how to use the technology and do a LinkedIn Live. And we'll spend a bit more time on this discussion then. So I really encourage you to attend. It's completely free of charge. The only thing you need to invest is an hour of your valuable time. And I'm firmly committed to ensuring you get a good return on your time investment. So I'm sending you all the best wishes and lots of love for World Mental Health Day 2023. And as I said, before you go back to whatever you need to do for the rest of the day, just stop, grab a notebook or a piece of paper and write down a couple of ideas on what you are going to do. What action are you going to take to start making the world a better place? Because if all of us take a small bit of action, take one small step, very quickly we can start changing the landscape. As Malcolm Gladwell taught us in the book The Tipping Point, we don't need everyone to subscribe to a new way of thinking or a new way of being, or to take action against a particular idea or notion. You just need the critical mass. Because if enough people take action, if the critical mass, the tipping point is reached, it becomes the new normal. And I would like to live in a world where we were able to provide the support and as a society have the discussions and open up the spaces where we can pick up and discuss and support people that are struggling with their mental health or their emotional well-being long before it becomes illness or worse. So have a beautiful day and hopefully see many of you tomorrow at midday.